I'm proud to move this report of work from the National Council. You can see the written version of it in the document entitled National Council Report of Work, March to November 2014. So we're covering the period from the last national conference. But can I remind you all that this is really the first birthday conference of our party. We were founded at the end of November last year, and we are almost there at 1 year. And what a year it's been. It is no mean feat to found and establish a new party in the space of a year. And although there may have been hiccups, I heard somebody say we had a dysfunctional constitution, I would say that in this situation, with the limited resources we have with an incredible amount of goodwill from our members and supporters, actually achieved an enormous amount. We do have a functioning structure and a functioning constitution, and we have a growing membership of almost 2,000 members. We have almost 70 active and functioning branches, and we have achieved a huge amount. So whatever disagreements we may have, whatever criticisms we may have, can I urge you this weekend to work together in unity, to stand in unity, to take the work of our party forward. We've had a very active year. You can see there some of our activities listed. I just want to highlight some of those activities that I think have been particularly significant, because we have been active on every key political issue in line with our party's principles and policies. Against the cuts, for example, we've been active on the 999 NHS march, for example. We had members participating in every part of that and organising one of its legs. We've been active in the People's Assembly against austerity, quite prominent in some areas. I understand that in Wales, the Left Unity Wales committee and branches lead that work in Wales. We had an enormous turnout on the TUC demonstration just last month. We've had people active in support of the Focus E15 group. At every level, in every part of the country, we have been active in anti-cuts and anti-austerity work. We've been active against imperialism and war. We've had a major presence on the 3 Gaza demos in support of the Palestinian people. We were prominent in the war against the demonstration against a new war on Iraq. We played a major role in the anti-NATO demonstration in South Wales and in the counter-summit which took place in Cardiff and Newport. We've been active in solidarity with workers in struggle, across many struggles, across many union sectors and across many parts of the country. We've acted in solidarity with women and children against abuse and the terrible issues that have been revealed over the past months. And we've been active for democracy, against the corruption of the politicians and the elites, against racism, in support of migrant rights, and we've been active against the degradation of the environment. This is a remarkable achievement, and I'm particularly proud to point you in the direction of the media report, which is included there in this document. We've been pretty successful in our media coverage, and I would say that is almost entirely due to the fact that we have an uncompromising stand on these issues when we speak out. So often the media has nowhere to go but us if they want to hear that principled stand on these issues where others fail to do so. And I would particularly highlight immigration as one area where we stand firm and on our principles, and in particular recently in support of Tower Hamlets Council and Mayor Lutfur Rahman against the racist attacks of both Tories and Labour. And I believe there's a petition at the conference here today if you want to support that. So it's to our credit, but absolutely in line with the principles of our party. We never fail to challenge Labour, and that is where many other parties fall down. We've had important developments in our international cooperation. We see ourselves as an internationalist party in solidarity with other parties of the left. We identify with other parties on similar policies. We've had, for example, the Women's Caucus work together with the European Left Party in defence of abortion rights in Spain. We participated in that international campaign. And again, on the question of migrants, we've been working with the European Left Party, particularly over this disgraceful attempt to let migrants drown. So that is an important development, and as a result of that, we have been invited to join in the early new year the South Mediterranean Forum of left parties working together on this crucial issue. And then thirdly, on this, many of you will have been aware of the national tour that we organised in conjunction with the new party of the left, Podemos, and with Syriza and other speakers too, including Ken Loach. Over 1,000 people were able to participate directly in those meetings across the country. If you were at them, I'm sure you would agree they were inspirational, thought-provoking, and very, very positive developments for our party. We've had many new members as a result of the exposure to those political discussions. And many more people were able to engage and be aware of those discussions through the live streaming, particularly of the London event. So that's been an important development, and I would welcome those friends of Podemos who are here with us today. Of course, there is much more to be done. You'll see in the document that we're referring to being joined by 2 new part-time staff. We currently have 1 part-time member of staff, Tyler, who's working on the overhead there, but in the next week or so we will be joined by 2 new part-time staff, 1 working on social media and 1 working on branch development. And that is one area in particular the National Council feels strongly needs to be developed. The support for the existing branches and support for members to build and develop new branches. So that is going to be a priority going forward. So we have consolidated ourselves. You'll be able to see from the finance report at the back there, the work of the Treasurer and the Finance Subcommittee. We are financially stable. And we have very much established ourselves as a campaigning party over the past year, developing national and local strengths. So moving forward, I think that the purpose of this conference will be to lay the basis for the next steps in our development, building on that strong campaigning base. So we hope after this weekend to have built a greater range of policies to ensure a strong election campaign. That is very, very important for us to do. We are working with others towards the general election in May, which is obviously a kind of key focus for the next stage of our work. We have had discussions so far with the Greens, with Tusk, with Respect, with the National Health Action Party, and attempting to have discussions with others. That is vitally important for us and for the left and for the anti-austerity movement as a whole, to maximise the challenge that we can make together across the movement. From that election in May, doubtless there will be new crises and new challenges facing the country, the working class movement, and us as a party. We need to develop a sound strategy for helping to take the movement forward in that new situation. We don't know what's going to happen with the Labour Party, with trade union support for the Labour Party. whether they're in or out of office. There are a huge number of issues and political challenges that we need to address. And I believe that left unity must rise to that political challenge, and we can rise to that political challenge. I want to conclude by referring back to that recent tour with Podemos and Syriza. Those parties are parties with essentially the same politics as ours. Both of those parties are on the verge of taking power in their own countries. That is a remarkable situation. And of course, we are starting from a different context, a different political context here in Britain. We're at a different stage of development in our party, but nevertheless, those are sister parties whose politics we share. And the politics, that politics is no less essential here than it is in Greece or it is in Spain, because the problems we face as a movement across Europe are the same problems. So please, let's build together in unity at this conference this weekend and in the year ahead. Thank you.